what's up guys? My name is Zack and today I am driving a 2025 Nissan Kicks SR. Up front is a 2.0 liter inline 4 and down below is a CVT. Now I am super excited to be driving this Nissan Kicks because Nissan has personally invited me up to their technical development center here in Michigan to drive the all new Kicks. It's been freshly redesigned for the 2025 model year. There's plenty of changes to talk about, some good, some less good, and we'll talk all about that in today's video. But if you would like to submit your own vehicle, you can head on over to my website, zackpradel.com/submit. It's a quick and easy submission form. It takes under a minute to fill out, and I come out to you. But let's get back to that 2-liter inline 4. Well, that is new for the 2025 model year. Gone is the outgoing 1.6 liter. This is now a 2-liter that makes 141 horsepower. I do think that that's a healthy bump over the outgoing 1.6. I didn't hate the 1.6, but I wouldn't say I fell in love either. And so that's nice to see, but that's not the best change to the drivetrain quite yet. Like I said, paired to it is a CVT. Now, this is the next generation of CVT offered from Nissan. This is the Xtronic CVT. I still don't love it. I'm not a big fan of CVTs in general. Nissan has not had a super good track record with their CVTs. However, with this being a new generation, there is a sliver of hope for it. Last but not least, this Nissan Kicks is all-wheel drive, and that is new for 2025. One of my biggest gripes with the outgoing Kicks was the fact that it did not offer all-wheel drive in an SUV, which to me is kind of the point. So they've remedied that. It does have a sort of torque vectoring system that we'll talk about, which is really, really nice. How does it feel to drive the new Nissan Kicks? Well, the outgoing Kicks was similar in the fact that they are a lot of fun to drive. Steering input is great, and they've revised that for the new generation. And the all-wheel drive model actually does get multi-link rear suspension, although the front-wheel drive does not. Visibility is pretty good, especially for a little SUV. And overall, I'm pretty happy with this little guy. With that stuff out of the way, let's talk about the interior. Well, in front of me is a 12.3-inch completely digital gauge cluster. I really, really like the look of this. Now, this is available on the mid trim and the high trim, so the SV and SR. I think it's laid out really nice, and I'll cycle through a bunch of things as I can. But visually, I'm very pleased with it. On the steering wheel, on the left, we have our volume, skip track, selectors for that gauge cluster screen. And off to the right, we have our cruise control options, of which this has the Pro Pilot Assist for the first time in a Nissan Kicks product, which is very nice to see. The overall steering wheel is nice in my hands, and it does have a flat bottom, which gives you just a little bit more leg room if you do have big legs. Off to the left, we have a climate control vent, heated steering wheel, as well as our steering assist. Although we have 2 dead switches, which I don't love seeing dead switches in a top trim vehicle. And moving on to the door, we do have our latch to get in and out, power locks, power mirrors, and power windows. Moving into the center, we get yet another 12.3-inch display. This is for the infotainment. This trim does have wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. However, the standard Nissan infotainment is nice. I wouldn't say it's the nicest in the industry, but it's doing the job today, and I have no complaints. Here's the backup camera in case you're curious, and we do get a 360 camera here on the SR Premium package. Down below, we do have some nice soft material. Looks like carbon fiber, and it would be hard, but it's actually soft touch. 2 climate control vents with our hazard switch. Volume and skip track here in the center. Really like that it's on the steering wheel and in the center. And then our climate control options. So the buttons for temperature are kind of odd, and we don't get dual zone, which isn't the end of the world, but on a top trim car, I would have liked to have seen that. We have heated seats here, but the buttons themselves are just kind of weird feeling. I really don't know how I feel about them. They're not bad, they're just odd, and that's okay. It's okay to be odd. Down below, we do have our start-stop button, as well as our power parking brake and brake hold. We get the USB-C inputs down below, as well as a wireless charger and the shifter. The shifter does feel new. It has this nice orange surround on it, which I really like. And to the right of that, we do have our drive modes. So we have Sport, Standard, Eco, and Snow. Snow mode is actually going to use that torque vectoring all-wheel drive system where it can apply brake pressure to a certain wheel to kind of help the car from sliding in a corner, which is really, really cool to see. And I'll put a graphic up here from the infographic that they gave us this morning. Then we do have cup holders. So for the first time, the brand new Nissan Kicks will get a big friggin' bottle test, and unfortunately, it fails. Then we do get a center console, an armrest, and the seats. The seats have a couple interesting things about them. First of all, these are the zero-gravity design seats from Nissan. Apparently, they talked to NASA, and they figured out the best ergonomic way for a human to sit, and they added extra padding in those areas. And I have to say, it pays off, especially for a sub $30,000 car for the most part, because the zero gravity seats are actually standard across all Kicks. It's really nice. It actually works out really well, and I'd have to say it is probably one of the comfiest cars for the price tag, especially just because the week that I'm driving this, I just got out of the Toyota Corolla, which was $30,000, and it was not nearly as comfortable. However, those zero-gravity seats do carry on in the back, and we'll talk about that in a second, but also, this does have the 10-speaker Bose system, which has speakers in the headrest. Now, this is optional, but it actually works really, really well, and it's cool to have speakers in the headrest to play your favorite music. However, speaking of seats, we do have back seats, so let's go do a back seat review. All right, here we go.
Wait, I actually have legroom. What is this?
I know, this is actually kind of impressive. So I found a friend, EddieX.
Hi.
How have you enjoyed the Kicks, by the way? Because we're on the same drive event.
Yeah, it's actually the sound system. Did you try out the Bose sound system?
I haven't tuned it yet.
Okay, I made it to max surround, and it's actually pretty impressive. Like, I was pretty impressed listening to tunes on the way over here, but I have knee room, too.
I have knee room. I'm 5'11", not a small guy. How tall are you?
I'm like 6'2", 6'3", depending on the day.
The fact that you have headroom.
I have actual impressive headroom because of this cutout here. And I'm most impressive, like, legroom. Usually my knees are, like, crammed in here in the back because I have longer legs. But
although manual front seats on the top trim, which I didn't love. But I still have legroom. This is my driving position. We also have the USB-Cs, which are optional, they said.
But you can add it as an accessory on all trims. It's standard on SR, but base ones you can upgrade, which I don't know if that means there's nothing on the regular ones or it's the old USB.
Gotcha.
Like USB-A.
It's the zero gravity kind of works. The front seats are actually comfy.
They are. And they have them on the back seats now too. So it's not bad. You know what else is really interesting? It's got like auto up and down windows across the whole car, right? And MSRP of this is under 30 grand. I was just driving another vehicle that will go unnamed that is $60,000 that only had auto up windows on the driver's side.
I'm going to cut this. What was it? Really?
Yeah. $60K. I'm like, what the heck, guys?
Oh my God.
We're like, really? What
Toyota's from the 90s, dude. It says all auto on the button.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Budget cuts.
Ooh, center armrest. We can
and cup holders.
We can both use it.
We're touching elbows.
Oh, hello. I kind of like this.
For
I'm not mad at it.
compact little crossover SUV thing, it's not bad.
What keeps getting me is the under 30K.
Yeah.
That's what keeps, that's great.
The options on my Corvette were more than this entire vehicle. And when you put it into perspective that way, you go, oh.
Yeah.
It's an actually affordable car vehicle, which is just rare in today's day and age.
Let's see the trunk space.
Cool. We're climbing the trunk.
All right, around the back of the Kicks. So this is the all-wheel drive Kicks, by the way, which, not bad.
So they said that the load floor is slightly higher with all-wheel drive, and the towers back here, because the covers here, are going to be a little bit higher than the front-wheel drive model.
So the front-wheel drive does get technically more cargo space.
Just slightly.
But did you notice they kept telling us that they could fit a 65-inch TV
They were very proud of that.
They were very adamant. They were like, 65-inch TV. And the one lady was like, sometimes a 70-inch TV.
But I'm wondering, is it with the packaging, without the packaging?
Yeah,
like, is somebody just like chucking a TV in the back here? We can measure with Eddie as measurement units.
There we go. I'm going to have to bring you on all reviews now to make it standardized. There you go. We could fit one whole Eddie in the back of the brand new Nissan Kicks. Does it have a latch to get out?
One way to find out. Help! I've been kidnapped.
Is there a latch? Oh, wait, I just see fingers. All I saw was fingers in the rear glass. There you go. I'm very impressed with the packaging of this little Nissan Kicks. Truly.
That was surprisingly easy to get out. The load floor is not very high. They said the widest opening.
Yeah, you could fit a golf bag completely sideways.
As a Corvette owner, that's very important to me. My golf clubs, that's how I measure all forms of sizing and things. How many golf clubs can I fit?
I like this little guy.
Yeah, it's not bad. The two-tone paint finish, too.
Definitely go check out Eddie's channel as well, EddieX. It'll be linked down in the description below. Oh, you know, I never fold the back seats down, and people sometimes get mad.
Well, they won't be mad in this one. Oh, they'll be 40%. They'll be 60% max. They're only going to fold down to 40%.
Well, it folds down, people, in case you're curious. There you go.
The texture is interesting, too, on the actual carpeting. At first, I thought, when they first opened, I thought somebody had, like, you know, the vacuuming, when the detailer vacuum, they put the pattern in.
No, this is actually in the texture. The one thing I don't like, spare tire is optional.
Yes.
And I think that that's incredibly dumb. I don't know how much it is for it, though.
It's for packaging and things like that. Yeah, I have no idea how much it costs, but...
Yeah, so we just have the can of Fix-A-Flat inflator.
When's the last time you used a spare tire?
Knock on wood. I've never had... no, I take that back. My Miata. My 93 Miata.
Maybe just, like, go find, like, a shopping cart or something and put the wheel on that.
My buddy let me borrow his racing slicks to get home, so it was fine. But
it's not bad.
Now we got to talk about the looks. And first of all, as we're doing this walk around, this car is available in tons of different colors. I'll show the image that they gave us here. Tons of different colorways for the Nissan Kicks, which has always sort of been a staple of the brand, which I've always liked. They've always had a fun, light feeling about them, and the color really helps. As we do the walk around, the designers told us that they took two inspirations for the outside of the vehicle. First of all, a running shoe. They wanted this car to look active, fun, and sporty, so they took design cues from very popular running shoes on the market. The second thing that they took design interest from was a football helmet. Yeah, a football helmet. Kind of interesting there. These are also the basic wheels. However, there is an optional upgrade wheel that I think is actually uglier. So I'm happy to see these wheels here today. I do like the sort of retroactive throwback that they're trying to do. With all of that being said, let's get on to my final thoughts. What do I think driving the brand new 2025 Nissan Kicks SR with the premium package? Well, the first thing right off the bat is the price. Now, this one is a touch over $30,000. However, the Nissan Kicks starts just below $22,000, and you still get great features like the zero gravity seats, the 2-liter inline 4, things like that. But spec'd all the way out, spending all the money you physically can on a Nissan Kicks still barely touches $30,000 is a big win for the automotive industry. We need more cars in this segment, price, and area, and so the Kicks is delivering that. The only real downside I've found with this is the CVT. And that's going to be across any Nissan product that isn't their manual Nissan Z or manual Nissan Versa. I'm just not a big CVT fan. They've had some issues in the past, and for reliability, it doesn't give me the most confidence, but I also don't hate them with a burning passion. It's what's here today, and that's what I have. I think with the design, they really achieved something great. It is interesting and unique and different. It feels fun. It is slightly longer, slightly wider, and just a touch taller than the outgoing Kicks. But they now have all-wheel drive, which I think is a fantastic option. And I'll see if I can find the clip. But I'm pretty sure in my original Nissan Kicks review, I was upset that they didn't offer all-wheel drive. And there is no all-wheel drive option, which is upsetting for sure. I wish that this came in all-wheel drive. I think that would really, really sell, because especially here in the Midwest, all-wheel drive in the winter is king. You just can't get around it. You want all-wheel drive here in the winter. I was upset that they didn't offer all-wheel drive in the last generation, so I'm really, really happy to see that they've updated it. Overall, I think that this is a lovable little SUV at a good price point that offers a lot of good necessities, especially with this fully spec'd out model. I really, really like it, and I hope that this video was somewhat helpful on your purchasing journey. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Huge thank you to Nissan for not only letting me take out their new Nissan Kicks, but giving me the whole seminar, putting me up in a hotel last night, and teaching me everything there is to know about the Nissan Kicks. They have been absolutely wonderful to work with. Their whole staff is fantastic, and I appreciate the time that they give us journalists. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you really liked it. Take care, guys.